Welcome to Dermis Pryor the Briar here. Today, smoking out of my jacopo pipe. And this pipe is, I would say, unique or special in a way. I'm also smoking Union Square, which is a pure Fijian tobacco from GLPs. And the ones above GLPs tobaccos is Cornell and Deal. So with Cornell and Deal behind it, you don't have to worry about that going out of business or anything like that. Cornell and Deal is the own thing, which is good. I like it. Well, here it is. Here's now right now it looks like one of those hammers the judges uses. I had this pipe for about, I don't know, maybe I want to say 3 months at the most. So it's new, but it's not too new because I've been breaking it in. Yeah, that's what it is right there. Black mouthpiece. Now you see where this has a, I want to call it lip, where it's just looks like you screw something on there. Well, that's because this pipe comes with this. A silver band on a hose throughout everywhere. And it's a cap. It's a wind cap. So when you go to light your tobacco, you put that cap on if you're outside, and the wind won't knock it out because you got this cap on, and with the hose, the smoke comes right on out. Now I'm going to smoke it with the cap on for a little bit, and I'm going to smoke it without the cap, just to show you. And it's got a little weight to it. It's also, I call it a poker pipe as well. Because when you take that cap off, it becomes a poker pipe. And then it's also a sit down pipe. So it can just sit on its own. With or without the cap. But if you put the cap on there, that adds weight to this, which will make this mouthpiece go a little bit up level. And it's not strictly straight, but it's almost straight. Just slightly not straight. So that's how this pipe is. It's rusticated on the lid right here. And then it's smooth where the holes are at and that silver metal band. And then, I don't think it's silver, I think it's nickel. But I'm not sure. I didn't read about it. And this high quality briar pipe company, Jacopo, they're one of the Italian made. So, and then the rest of it's rusticated. Even the bottom's rusticated. The only thing that's not rusticated is that little groove right there, all the way around it. But yeah, that's what it looks like, a judge's hammer. When you don't have the cap on. Then when you have the cap on, you're like, what the hell kind of pipe is that? Kind of reminds me of a lighthouse. I don't know. I guess because when you got the cap on there, it reminds me of like a lighthouse. I guess it looks like a lighthouse to me. I don't know. And also, when I smoked out of this pipe, not only does it have some weight on this side, but it also has, I don't know, like, so when you go to light the bowl and everything, and you're smoking it like this, just like a normal pipe. Well, when you put that, you know it's hot, so when you put that cap on there, I don't know, it just makes it more hotter. I guess the cap gives it, because the cap's made out of briarwood, just like the pipe. So I guess it traps the heat in more. So the point I'm trying to get to here is that when you put this on, your pipe tobacco will last longer than when you put that cap on there. You put that cap on there while smoking it, that tobacco's gonna have a shorter time frame of being smoked. I mean. So that's how it is. There ain't nothing wrong with it, but I'm just letting y'all know. I've already tried numerous ways trying to light it with the cap already on there. There ain't no way to do it. I didn't try the matches way. Matches will fit through the holes, but it'll distinguish the flame out. So, extinguish the flame out. I don't know why I said distinguish. It will extinguish the flame as soon as you put it through a hole. So, I guess if you using matches and you wanted to extinguish a flame out of the match, I guess you can do it that way. And I've already got in Union Square. That's one of the blends I picked up recently with a new pipe, and I'll show the new pipe in the next video. But we're here to talk about this bad boy, and it's got a deep size bowl. It's got a bigger bowl than a normal bowl. It's just slightly bigger than a normal bowl. I'd say about, I don't know the dimensions, but I got this pipe because I wanted something that was rough and rugged. You know, I wanted, what's that word? Can't think of it. But I wanted that pipe, a pipe that would, could withstand any weather. And for that, you gotta have a cap on it. Well, I know they make these metal, cheap, wind caps that can go on any pipe. And I thought about just getting a bunch of that until I discovered this kind of pipe. And then I was like, whoa, hang on there. That wind cap is something else. Because it's made entirely out of briarwood. Besides that metal ring, that band ring that's on it. And I was thinking, well, it's got a nice sized bow on it. And the bigger the bow, the better it is for me. Cause not primarily, but I mainly smoke flake cut English blends or Virginia blends, early blends, blends like that, but flake cut. Um, in Union Square, I'm smoking out of it, or yeah, I'm smoking of is a flake cut. So I already had multiple bowls of it, and I will say I get the same reactions every time. But keep in mind, this is a fresh Union Square. This has not been aged, so I'm honestly thinking it's gonna be different when it's aged. But this is a fresh perspective of it, and so let's get to smoking this bad boy. No matter you got matches. I will also say it's easy to clench. It's easy to clench. I like it. I like it. Mm-hmm. This is a fresh bowl. The only thing I did was do a couple pre-lights on it. As for right now, it's a fresh bowl. Besides the pre-lights, I will say it is very hay tasting and citrusy tasting. Now this is a pure Virginia tobacco, so it ain't got no flavoring whatsoever. It's just Virginia as Virginia can come. Alright. Now what I noticed is that this Virginia blend does not have red stove Virginias. And I'm thinking if it had that red stove Virginia in it, it would probably be close to pure Virginia from McBaron H8 line, which is my number one tobacco. So, out of the Virginia series lineup, this falls under number 3, which is pretty good. Out of all Virginia blends I've had, where it's just a straight Virginia, pure Virginia, it falls in number 3. And number 2 is McClellan's Christmas Cheer. That's a phenomenal Virginia blend. And number 1's McBaron HHH Pure Virginia. But for number 3 out of top 5, it's not bad. That is not bad. But so when you go smoke the Union Square, you get that hay taste and citrus taste right out of the gate at the beginning. Also, with this pipe, when I go to pipes, I want a wide mouthpiece. And this has got a wide mouthpiece on it. So I love almost the billiard style or billiard style. I love the poker style. So this is like it's like a billiard and poker pipe all in one. All right. You can sit down by itself. You don't need no pipe sitter. It's got a very deep bow on it. I mean, when you look at this pipe, the bowl is from here all the way to here. Maybe a little bit more right there. But either way, that's a, let me see here. That's a good sized bowl right there. And then it being, you know, a little wide too. I like it. The more tobacco I can put in that pipe for the first time around, the more I'm going to be a happy camper. And also, since this is a thick pipe, since the walls are kind of thick, but it also narrows down to get thicker. So when you go to hold it right here at the bottom, it does get hot. It does get hot. But I do find out that with pipes with a thicker wall, end up being cooler than pipes with a thin wall. So when you go to looking for a pipe that's perfect for you, that's something you may want to consider. Mm-hmm. Now I also say another thing, this Union Square. This is one of the things I love about Virginia tobaccos now. The Union Square is, once you get a couple pre-lights and you light it, and give it a couple pre-lights and a full light, it doesn't take hard strong. I mean, it don't take much at all to keep it going. It stays, keep going, you know. Unless you just flat out talk too much. But I'm just saying, in general, it stays lit. Which is always a good deal. Because this is my rough and rugged pipe. This is the outdoor pipe. So when I'm outside and I got things to do, or this is a hard-working, outdoor, rugged, rough pipe. And I like it. That's what I wanted. I wanted a pipe like that. That's what I wanted. Now I'm going to show you how you smell it with a cap on it. You screw it on there and there you go. So see, now it looks like the White House is on fire. Which is pretty cool, you know. You don't get that on most pipes. This is the only pipe I've seen that had a briarwood cap for it. This is the only pipe I've ever seen. And I'm thinking to myself, why the hell isn't there more pipes like that? Why is this the only pipe out of existence that has this cap? My entire briarwood. You know, and look at the genius of this. Whoever thought of this is a genius. Just the cap alone. And if you can check, it's got like a little roof type of deal going on the cap. So this is, so when it's raining outside and I want to smoke, I'm gonna use this pipe. When it's raining, sleeting, snowing, whatever, this is the pipe. You know. And with this pipe, I don't have to worry, because of this, I don't have to worry about wind or rain, snow, sleet, whatever. I don't have to worry about none of that with this pipe. Not when I got this cap. Because of this cap. Anywhere, anytime. Right on it. So that's great. It's also a no filter pipe. But for some reason, I feel like it could fit a filter in it. Like, it looks like it's a no filter. It's a no filter pipe, but it looks like it could hold a 6mm filter. Now, I ain't never tested that theory yet. I haven't got there yet. I don't smoke with filters anyway. I smoke no filter. But, I'm just putting that out there. All the expectations that you get out of this pipe. You know. May talk too much. See, when you talk too much, you don't puff on that pipe at time to time, it's gonna go out. But that's okay. You know. It's alright. Stick another match to it. Be okay. Now when I'm outside though, I use my Zippo, which has got a pipe insert in it. And I use that Zippo whenever I'm outside. Because it's a windproof lighter, and so when it's a windy day or when it's when I'm outdoors, I use that. If I can use a match when I'm outdoors and it's not the wind's not too blowing too bad, then I use a match. But I'm just saying, usually when I'm outside, that's when I use the Zippo. But on the inside in the house or something, I'm using matches. A lot of people ask me, A lot of people ask me. Does when using a match to light your pipe tobacco, does it provide a different taste than using a lighter? And I always tell them the honest damn truth. That yes, it does. It it does. When it comes to butane lighters, when it comes to lighter fluid lighters, when it comes to matches, each of them has their own taste. Now, I can't stand the butane taste. It's something about it, I don't like it. I mean, if I had no choice and the lighter I have has butane, is a butane lighter, then yeah, I'll use it. But only if I had no choice, which is a rare thing because I always got the Zippo at the ready, which uses lighter fluid. Now, lighter fluid has its own taste. And then, so as matches, I prefer using matches because that that taste you get from matches can only come from matches. And so when you're using matches, it gives you that woodsy, I don't know, campfire taste. Because you burn wood to light your tobacco. Makes sense. Anyway, it just gives you that special matches taste to lighting your tobacco straight off the bat. And I like that. Love that taste. That's why I always have matches. And I do bring matches for backup, just in case I didn't fill up the Zippo or something like that. Like if I forgot to, if I was lazy to, whatever, you know. I think I talked too much again. Now, usually when I smoke pipe, I usually don't talk very much. I mean, yeah, if I'm having a conversation with somebody, then yeah, I'll talk. But I always go back to that pipe to keep it going. But I guess when I'm on camera, it's something different. I get my mind tracked, say I'm talking, and then there it goes from there. It's just how it is. I don't know. like I said, I also don't never get no tongue bite out of Virginia tobaccos. Well, it's gotta be a straight Virginia tobacco. It's gotta be pure. That kind of tobacco, I don't get tongue bite. I never do. And that's another reason why I love Virginia tobacco so much. What I've been wanting to do is I need to do some more research on it, but I need to figure out how to make flake cut tobacco. That way I can order, actual leaves of tobacco. It's Virginia. Put them together and make my own flake cut tobacco. And I'm talking about all the Virginias pressed into, together and cut in slices. I need to figure out how to do all of that. Also, they give me a tobacco leaf shredder, which costs money. Everything costs money. I've been talking too much. It's there, but taking its sweet time to get smoking. Also, another thing about this pipe is that this is a thick pipe. I mean, I got big ass hands, and when I can put my big hand around it, it fits comfortable. But this is a huge pipe by itself. This is a bigger pipe than a normal pipe. This is huge. Like Trump says, huge, huge. It is huge. Love Trump. I always support Donald Trump. Don't care what you say. I'm all Donald Trump. But anywho, it's a huge pipe. Huge. It's one heck of a chunk of briarwood, let me tell you. This is probably the biggest pipe I have. When it comes to a really good briarwood pipe, it's probably the biggest pipe. So, it has more room for your tobacco than a normal pipe does. Which I like it. It's just rough and rugged, and I like it. See, I also like it smooth and I like it rusticated, but with it being rusticated, you get more of a grip. And I like it. Because an outdoor pipe, you're going to want some grip. Yeah, it can be smooth, but grip it always helps out. There's a grip on the cap too. So if you put take the cap off and set it down somewhere on a table or something, it ain't gonna fall right on off. Because of the grip. I like it. I like it out of the pipe. I like grips out of the pipe. I also like it smooth too. I don't know, just something about that, you know. Just something special, a little detail, I reckon. I need to temper it down some. There we go. There we go. Also, when it comes to smoking a pipe, I like to keep the smoke in my mouth as long as possible, usually. So, another thing, back on the Union Square. So, when you first start out, it's got that hay taste with that citrus taste. And then, when after a quarter of the bow is smoked, it will start going to that. Oh, I love that taste that Virginias have. That meaty taste, a dark, earthy, meaty taste, and then the rest of the bowl will be like that, and with the hay and citrus taste behind it. So it is something else. It is something else. I just wish they put that red stove Virginias in this blend. Put all the other Virginias in this blend, but they didn't put red stove Virginias. So if they did, it'd be something else. Mm-hmm. Cause see now the pipe's starting to get hot and it's starting to get that meaty taste I'm talking about. I don't know what it is. When you're about a little bit above half the bowl, that's when that meaty taste starts coming into play. And then it just sticks through the whole entire bowl. Then it tastes better and better as you smoke it through on out. Which is why I'm thinking when it ages, when this tobacco is aged for a little bit, 6 months to a year, when it's got some age to it, it's probably going to be something else. Probably going to be something else. Just like other Virginia tobaccos, when you've aged it for a little bit, it don't taste the same as it when it was fresh. Which, as a Virginia lover like me, I don't mind that because it mellows out, and then it's just something else. I know it's hot, but I just want to make it a little hotter. Another thing, I know that this blend don't have no perique in it, but when you start getting towards the middle of the bowl, you start to get a little spiciness going on. Just a tints of spiciness. At least I do. Which I don't mind that. It's not like perique, but it's definitely there. Like you can definitely taste it. Almost got my fingertips on that one. Mm-hmm. It's almost like a hint of spiciness. With that citrus and hay taste. And then with that, something about it gives it, you slowly start getting into that meaty taste, which I love from the Virginia tobacco. I think that's why I love Virginia tobacco so much, is because of how it gives you like 4 or 5 different tastes out of it. Then on top of that, the strength that provides. When you start getting that meaty taste going on, and all the components are going on, that's when the strength comes into play. Then you start to feel it. Well, since I got a high nicotine level, a whole bowl of this, a big bowl like this, a whole bowl. Like at the medium point, I start to feel it, but I feel it out there after smoking a whole bowl. And I can smoke back to back. But I'm just saying, when you can feel the nicotine after one bowl, in my book, that's good tobacco right there, because I like that strong stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So this is about 45 minutes to an hour smoke when you're using a big bowl like this. Maybe a little bit longer. And then rightly time it. So I don't know right off the bat, because I never did time it. I just smoke it, sit here and enjoy it, you know? Mm-hmm. No, I already had it going. Just want a little bit more heat. Because when I smoke, I like it hot. I also love when I'm smoking the pipe and at my ear I hear that crackling wood sound. You know what I mean? But instead of wood, it's tobacco, so it's but crackling tobacco sound. Love that sound, man. Love that sound. Mm. And on 10 note, when you go to smell it, and you haven't smoked it yet, it smells like Virginia. Smells like straight Virginia. I'll tell you something else. When you find your number one pipe tobacco, when you find your number one pipe, this ain't number one, but what I'm trying to say is whenever you do find your number one pipe tobacco, it is something else. It is something else. That's why I put my fourth generation pipe down, because I want to give that thing a break. I also want to find another straight Virginia blend that would be close to pure Virginia. Um, that way I could smoke it without smoking up my pure Virginia, because I'm trying to keep that pure Virginia as long as I can, because that's my number one tobacco right there. Like I said, the only thing missing out of this blend is red stove Virginias. That's the only thing. But other than that, it's pretty good. Now, if it had red stuffed Virginias, I'd say it'd be pretty close to Christmas cheer and pretty close to pure Virginia. If it had that. That's what they need to do. They need to put red stuffed Virginias in this blend. Because then it'd be really something else. And then I'd be all about that. I mean, I'm all about that right now. Because of how good it is. But guess what I'm trying to say, this is a good substitute compared to pure Virginia. Even though it's not a real, not a real comparison. I mean, it is, but it's besides Christmas cheer, Union Square is probably the closest you can get to pure Virginia. And Cornell and Dill makes it so they're not going out of business. I don't see them going out of business any day. I mean, you never know because of life, but they always got this in stock, is what I'm trying to say. I grabbed an 8-ounce tin of it. Let me tell you, I'm glad I did. So I do recommend that Union Square from GOP's tobacco. I do recommend it. I give it 3 out of 5. Maybe a little bit more than 3. I'm gonna give it 3.5 out of 5 because it is something else. But I think if it had the red stuffed Virginias in it, probably a 4 out of 5. You know, maybe 4.5. To me, pure Virginia and the H.H. McBaron line series is 5 out of 5 for me. Christmas cheer, that's 4.5 out of 5. And I label this 3.5 out of 5. But if it had that red stuffed Virginias in it, probably be a 4 out of 5. I mean, it'd probably be still number 3, but a little bit more better, you know. But as it is, the way it is, fresh, it's pretty damn good. I like it. I love it. You know, it's a I love it category. So it is something else. So as the pipe goes, you're gonna get a white smoke out of it, which I like. And as Union Square goes, for a straight Virginian blend tobacco, it's 3.5 out of 5, which is pretty good. It's in that, like, it barely scrapes by to I love it category. Like, it's just on the line of I like it and I love it. It's on the line. And coming from a Virginia lover like me, that's something else. That is something else. So, and with the room note after you smoke it, I give it the same. No, I give it a 3 out of 5. You know, it's all right, but it's not horrible or anything. Well, to me, I don't know about anybody else, but it's not bad. See, I already talked too much. It's already starting to cool down. It'll cool down quick if you hang on it. It stays lit pretty easy, but you gotta be on it to be keeping it going. This is like any other tobacco. And I gotta tell you, I was a little skeptical about this because out of all the GLPs blends I've had, they've been decent to me. Nothing to be excited for. But I will say this is one of the blends from GLPs that I am excited for. So I do need, I grabbed 8 ounces, so I got plenty for right now. But in the future, I need to stock up more. Just to keep on hand. Because I like to have good tobaccos on hand. But this is one of the tobaccos I've been smoking lately, so that's a good page in the book. I'm already halfway. Mm. Mm-hmm. So see, now I'm getting all the components. Getting a dark, earthy, meaty taste with that little hint of spicy with the little, with a little hint of spiciness and that hay and citrus taste. Kind of mellowed a little bit, but still there. But with that meaty, dark, earthy tone taste, I love it. See, this is one of the tobaccos where it's strong on nicotine, but not too strong. So it's more enjoyable. Like if I was smoking that Rustica on the H8 series, that shit is very, very strong. And after a quarter of a bow on that Rustica, you're feeling it. So actually, it's a quarter of it. so I usually don't use the cap. Just so my tobacco can last longer in the pipe. The only time I use that cap is when I'm outside. So if I'm outside, I got the cap on. And right now it's raining outside, so if I walked outside and I had this cap on, I wouldn't fret none. Trip wouldn't be postponed or nothing. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. The more you hold in the smoke in your mouth, the more you'll feel that nicotine and taste the meaty flavors and everything. Taste all the flavors. When you let it linger in your mouth for a little bit. And I love that. Mm. And in the pipe world, just like cigar world, I do feel like you get what you pay for. So if you put a lot of money into it, like a pipe or something like that, you get what you pay for. So with this pipe, it cost me $432. Now I know it's expensive. I had to work my way up to get this pipe. And this is one of the 3 pipes I finally got. So I was really excited for it. And now that I got it, I'm glad I got it. I'm just not glad about spending that kind of money on it, but like I said, you kind of get what you pay for. So when you pay high dollar, you get high dollar, you know, you get high dollar quality. This is a very high quality pipe. And the reason why I think it cost that much was because of where they made this cap completely out of briarwood. So that right there alone is probably $200. So if you didn't have the cap, it'd probably be $235 or whatever, which is understandable. Because with that cap, you know, you got more, you expand your horizons a bit more. And that's a plus. So you get what you pay for, you know. Just like a high quality cigar compared to a cheap cigar, you get what you pay for, you know. You're going to enjoy it more with a high quality cigar than you will a cheap one. It's like a thrill. You with a cheap cigar, you get a cheap thrill. Well, it's like with a pipe. you get a cheap pipe, that's going to give you a cheap thrill. And when you become an experienced pipe smoker or experienced cigar smoker, once you go to the higher quality stuff, you don't want to go to the low quality stuff. It's something else. It's something else. So I'm gonna put that down. You got about a quarter left. I'm gonna smoke the rest of that quarter here in a minute. So I appreciate y'all for watching. You know, I appreciate everything y'all do. Just viewing my videos and sharing them and liking them and subscribing to my videos and leaving comments. I like that. I appreciate that very much. So with that being said, you know, like, share, subscribe, comment. I really appreciate it. And I hope y'all have a wonderful day. And so this is Dermot's Prior to Briar here, and signing off till next time. And I'll catch you next time with another video.